jatkaan tehtävää nimeltä Thieves. Eli mennään tonne Elsweyriin. Ja tehdään muutama tässä sivutehtävä välissä, päästään vähän ylemmäs. Niin kuin hypätään taas tonne itse main questlineen. Mut. Mennään tuosta peliin. Ja noin. Siinä on tehtävä. Hetken aikaa ollaan, niin voitte lukia sen. Kävin tuossa pitkän juoksun jälkeen hakemassa Mundustonein The Serpent. Tuon stamina, tässä stamina recovery. Nyt pitäisi olla staminaa. Tää palautuu tuo stamina nopeampaa. Mutta mennään kattoo tätä tehtävää. Below, ahaa. Kuinka alhaalla ne on? Tossa käy huonosti. Tuolla näyttää olevan Mundustoon. Sekin taitaa olla alhaalla. Tuolla näyttäisi menevän tieni. Mennään ihan tietä pitkin. Täällä on itse asiassa 2 tehtävää. Find Melleron. Se on taas...
True, but why keep paying when we can just make you do it for free? Now get inside.
Aha. Okei, tämä on trespassing. Onko se ylhäällä vai alla?
Hey, you're not one of Jew Bonnie's thugs. Can you get me out of here? I'm getting out of here. Catch up to me so I can thank you properly.
Okei, kukaan ei huomannut mitään, hiivitään hiljaa. Onko tie vapaa? Yksi mitä suunnittelin kanssa tälle voisi olla toi Thieves Guild. En muista nyt sen DLCn nimiä, mutta...
Thanks for your help back there. Tarsncy, huh? That's funny. Was just thinking about her recently, seeing what's gone on around this dump. How it's gotten dumpier than usual. But she's pulling together a job. I swore that Kazda ran her out of town when he took over. Last time I ran my mouth, Jew Bonnie sent her unexpectedly handsome thugs after me. I'm not spilling any more secrets. But it's nice to know Tosnessy's still around. She really loves this place after all. Even after everything that's happened to her. Well, Jew Bonnie's sure to notice I'm missing. Joining up with a crew seems like a good way to keep my fingers unbroken. So sure, whatever Tarznacy's playing at, I'm in. The bowel. Well, that's ironic. I'll head there after I get my tools and find another pair of small clothes. That Kazda ran her out of town? Or tried to, I guess. It's not any secret. He may be a rancid pile of cat vomit, but at least it's his town now. He does what he wants. Bad blood. Truth told, Tarznacy would have been charged after dashing to Salzo died, if things hadn't gone down the way they did. It's not my place to say anything more than that. Jew Bonnie runs the biggest salvage operation in the Stitches, and she knows she gets paid more if a salvage is in pure junk. When a crew found stuff that wasn't busted up, I fixed it. For pay. Kazda happened. He took over the Stitches and didn't care if people broke oaths, contracts, or ribs. Jew Bonnie saw a chance to get more labor for free. Just had to flex a little muscle. Yeah, don't let my rippling physique fool you. I'm, not much in a fight. Well, most don't. And to be fair, I wasn't always the brilliant tinkerer I am today. I don't know what caused the change, honestly. I think eating that soul gem had something to do with it. Well, I didn't just pluck one up and eat it. I was scouting for the Dominion way north. Some ruin called Sarathal. Was running from some guards when I fell into a shaft. And fell. And fell. It was a long fall. Caught a ledge at the last minute. Broke my fall. And my fingers. Real mess. Anyway, I found myself in this strange cavern. Huge. Had dwarven ruins. Biggest I've ever seen inside of it. More stone and metal than I could imagine. Not so much food. Not quite. I finally managed to find a charis. Big bug. Tastes awful, don't recommend it, but I ate like my life depended on it. I mean, it did. I half remember a glowing stone going in my mouth. Swallowed it whole before I even realised. More like indigestion, but also this indescribable urge to fiddle with the ruins. Well, I guess I'd call it curiosity. But anyway, I fixed an elevator like it was second nature and got back home. Then I got discharged on account of my weekend.
Jaha, goodbye. Sillähän oli asia. Ylhäällä on 1. Kaikki laput on ylhäällä. Jossakin täällä on tuo... Missä se oli? Näkyy se mundusto. No, käydään se ensin tuolla.
This bucket. Whatever your death wish is, it's granted! Oh, my head. Just tell me what you're doing here before I turn your heart into a tomato. Oh, really? Tarznacy's still kicking around? A little good news to go around with all this bad. Like a fly in vine. Be careful of the vine, by the way. There's flies in it. I didn't say that. Well, what I mean is that I'd like to, but if Tarznacy wants me for my magical skill, I have some bad news. My focus is gone. I mean my other focus. My arcane focus. A bauble to focus magicka. I'm useless without it. I may have pawned it to Lulius and Scipio Naverno. I'd give the gold back, but Kazda's really gouging the price of a bottle these days. Even the swill in this flop house. The Avernos are inside. Get my focus back, and I'll owe you. Ugh. Well, sometimes my power gets a little out of control. The Mages Guild was supposed to help me master it, but they take a dim view of people breaking curfew and getting drunk on kitchen duty. And throwing up in the soup. When I need to cast a spell, I channel my magicka through the focus. It helps me weave everything together. Without it, my spells come out like tangled yarn and the results are, well, unpredictable. Lulius and Scipion, they sit in the goitered cups like they own the place. Well, they do technically own it, but that's not the point. Ever since Kazda took over, the twins have doubled everyone's rent and the amount of water in the drinks. Because Kazda gets a nice kickback from all the money they bring in. And for good or ill, well, actually just ill. Kazda's in charge here, so he has the muscle. So the rest of us sit quietly and pay twice as much to get half as drunk.
Goodbye. Tässä on jännä niin tässä on tämmösiäkin kissoja. Jättiläiskissoja, minikissoja ja fokus. Ahaa, tuolla. Siellä on se mundusto. No. Tehän tossa kävis.
I am positively fuming. Julius has our entire wardrobe shipped here from Kvatch, and he still manages to pick out the exact same outfit I'm wearing. As if it weren't clear enough we're twins. But you're not here to listen to a sibling's prattle. That rancid-smelling thing? I can't believe my brother paid mostly honest gold for it. Probably cursed. He should just be rid of it and be done with the whole torrid affair. Speaking of torrid affairs, well, perhaps later. Well, you do seem to look like someone well-equipped to deal with this sort of thing. Julius owes me a favor, so I'll call it in for you. The trinket is yours. You can find it in a jewelry box behind the counter.
Se oli helppoa. Täältä tämä passiivi tai sitten tämä. Säästyy juoksemiselta kyllä monesti. Hyvinkin monesti.
Blah, can't get the taste out of my mouth. It's awful. Good, Kazda's made the stitches unpalatable, like that swill he's got the tavern pouring. I'm ready to get out, but I wouldn't mind batting Kazda's tail along the way. I'm sure Taznasi feels the same. I need a moment or two. Look, I'll meet you at the bowl once the world stops spinning.
Sillä on vissiin vähän kohomela.
Look, you seem halfway decent, so don't stick your muzzle too far in, alright? Taznazi's got her own business, and I know too much about it already. I don't drink just because I like the flavor of the tavern's bilge. I'm hazy on the details. To be honest, I'm hazy on a lot of things these days. But I know Taznazi can't show her face in the stitches. And it's not just Kazda that'd like to see her dead. You've seen the type of people who call the stitches home. Thieves, smugglers, deserters. Nobody keen on laws. Of the few rules we have, she broke the one you don't break. Murder.
Oho.
I've said more than I should have already. It's in the past. Taznazi had her reasons. She always has her reasons. Not that I ever got to hear them. She's not going to stab you in the back if that's what's worrying you. Keep your mind on the job. Just a mage looking for something at the bottom of a bottle. I don't really know. And if I'm being honest, I don't know if I ever knew.
Goodbye. Ja viimeinen. Below. Mites me päästään? Se olisi muuten tuolla. No, mennään tänne ensin. Siellä olisi joku tehtävä.
Said Nalitha the Avuncular, even in somber times must the wayfarer be offered greetings. Nazdar greets you, wayfarer, though his times are somber indeed. What brings you to this one? Hotaza the Corpulent often said, the forgetting of friends is a grievous wrong. Wise words. Tasnasi has not visited him in some time, but this one has not forgotten her. So believe Nazdar when he regretfully declines her invitation.
Can I ask why?
This one has lost a prized possession, a lute gifted by a dear, departed friend. It has buoyed Nazdar's soul for so long, he sinks without it. Weighed down as such, he cannot be the fleet walker Tasnasi needs him to be. Truly? This one was practicing his lute in the canyon below, but his playing attracted irascible beasts. He was forced to leave it behind as he scrambled up the cliffs. The truth, however, noxious is sweeter than rose blossom, to quote the venerable Bait. Nazdar plays, but not well. The others throw things at him when he practices, so he plays where he can be alone. A saint. He once led the Stitches, not to glory perhaps, but away from shame. Even saints do not live forever, nor did he. But as Ballant the Canonical said, the dead recalled in good memories are the true saints of our lives.
Careful where you flaunt your wealth, Walker. You are a tempting prize indeed.
Siellä on joku. Siinä on 2. Pannaan nuolisain niitten päälle. niin. Ja takaisin.
As Zubacha the Hermit said to Intasi after returning from his grand pilgrimage, "Hello. This one is cheered to see you without the blemishes of harm." As often said by Polu the Overstating, this is worthy of celebration. You have done this one a great turn. In the dark days the Stitches find themselves in, it is good to hold a memory of brighter times. Your kindness reminds Nazdar of the love dashing Dasalzo had for the Stitches in life. This one recalls many joys in the company of Tasnazi and the others. He would like to feel them again. Nazdar will go where Tasnazi bids. A life of decades cannot be reckoned in minutes, so the blind poet has taught us. But Nazdar will do his best. The Stitches was once like it is today. A refuse pit of the spirit, home of vice, self-interest, and the vain depravities of life. The Salzo came to the gangs of the Stitches and showed them a common foe, Euraxia's armies. We harried them, stole from them, bled them dry, and we formed bonds. To quote Aidino the Aphoric, the greatest gift the indolent can receive is purpose. His death did not rip those bonds apart, but without the Salzo's care in keeping them tight-knit, they are unraveling nonetheless, and Kazda is pulling at the threads. But some, like Nazdar, keep the Salzo's memory and his hope. Nazdar knows you see more ribs than muscles on him. This is true, but he once was a brother of the Whispering Claw, so dedicated to that life he was, that he took a vow of silence. You have read the works of Vekla the Ephemeral. Nazdar is glad to know a fellow student. Yes, Nazdar was silent for 19 years, but one night in moonlight he heard through his cell a song, a simple tune but captivating. Some peasant tune hummed by a swineherd going home, but a Jarasti moonsinger said, "Beauty is not in the art, but in what it instills." In that moment, Nazdar knew he must sing, so he broke his vow and left the adeptorium to make music. "You can make art for others," said Erka of the Bard College, "or for yourself." Nazdar knows he is not good enough to make art for others, but dashing the Salzo always encouraged Nazdar to make art for himself. Nazdar will never forget that.
Goodbye. Missä on Bauer? Ennen kuin mennään Baueliin, niin käväs nappaan tuo tehtävä tuosta.
You caught a striking figure, Walker. There are many dangers to such an enviable personage in the Stitches. All of Elsweyr, in fact, if you cast the shadow long enough. Hear this one, and he will tell you how to grease the right palms to pass unmolested. Just so, sleek one, just so. You walk tall, with the heavy footfalls that signify an abundance of pride and gold. Unless you wish to keep low and beneath notice, like humble Zaham, there is a price to be paid, willingly or not. Of course, Five Claw, of course! All the more reason to fear crossing the purring lyre on the road. The thief god delights in stealing pride even more than riches. Better to make a friend of Rajin first by acquiring him an offering or three. Start your pilgrimage here with the ledger from the Goiter's Gulf. An idol from Riemann would make a nice addition to this temple. Ah, and fine silks from the merchants at the Valenwood Gate. Yes. If you have not heard of Rajin, it is because he has stolen his name from your ears. Listen then, and pray he does not rob you further. The purring liar is the cleverest of Khajiit, and we are a clever lot. His stories are more plentiful than sand. Rajin is swift, sleek, and silver-tongued. What is there not to admire? But this one will lend you a secret. Rajin is the most beloved of gods because he was not always so blessed. Rajin was once a Khajiit like this one, though much larger and worthy of note, but so skilled a thief was he, that not even divinity was out of his reach. Khajiit who hear tales of the one who purloined godhood aspire to follow in his footsteps. Do you think you are above such work? Oh, Walker, do not invite Rajin's ire by looking down upon his deeds. If you do, he will surely play you for a fool and add your folly to his 1,000 tales. Craftiness is a noble art. Follow his example. If it were permitted, it wouldn't be theft. But just because it's illegal doesn't make it unworthy of veneration. Do you not cheer the gladiator because the law says not to strike another? Alas, no arena celebrates the clever thief. Are idols and vestments not fitting offerings for a temple to Rajin? But you wonder why these particular items, and not just anything, will do. It is because these things belong to those Rajin approves of robbing. Rajin's sleek shadow! You steal away moments of my life with a skill to rival the thief himself! Have you met a merchant, a priest, or a fence whose wealth could not stand to be humbled? Neither has the god of footpaths. Besides this one, of course.
Okei. Lähdetään tässä palauttaa se yksi tehtävä pois. Tickets Thieves. Onko se below? Below. Tehän tässä käy. Tuohon tiputtaa uutta. Jepa. Oi 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 oi. Eikä käynyt mitenkään. Oho. Tossa oli jotakin outoa kyllä. Jotakin outoa tapahtui.
That's everyone. Taznazi must speak with you.
Anna miekka mulle, anna uusi miekka.
Taznazi has not seen her old crew in some time. Not since... Never mind. You were not followed, yes? Taznazi is not welcome in the stitches. Associates of Taznazi, also not welcome. Kazda was lieutenant to Dashing the Salzo. Taznazi as well, until he was found with her knife in his back. No one cared if she was innocent. They wanted someone to blame, and Kazda gave them an answer. After everything, they turned their backs on her. It's not. No, you're right. Taznazi says she hates this place. She should hate this place. But the Stitches is her home, her family. Taznazi won't sit idle while Kazda destroys it. Her reasons aren't important. We should discuss the plan. Today, we hit Kazda, right under his nose. We'll break into the basement of the Mirville Keep through this sewer, so long as Vol can pick the locks.
Ah, locks. Cute. Might as well be fancifully knotted ribbons to me.
Good. At the courtyard, we'll have sentries, but Serene's teleportation spell should let us pass unnoticed.
Were you talking to me?
We'll enter the palace through a second-floor storage room. Nazdar will scale the wall and drop a rope for us.
As spake Urwa the Observant. I see.
Taznazi and the newcomer will handle any trouble that comes our way. Let's get started.
Mirville Keep.
Nice to see you back at work, Bo.
Good to be working. You're less of a taskmaster than you, buddy. Now, let's find some more locks.
Good luck, and work quickly.
Mä tiedän tällä ehkä.
There's the lock. Watch my back, won't you?
I will.
One down. Let's get going. Might need an ebony pick for this one. You know the drill.
Yep.
Bit stiff, that one. Glad I'll keep machine grease in my hair.
Mihin se meni? No niin. Vettä, vettä, vettä.
Kazda's done some redecorating, I see. Not sure I like it. Keep the coast clear. There. Hopefully that's the last of them. Fingers are getting sore.
Oliko se viime? Jep.
Hey, that's our way to the courtyard.
They're through. No lagging behind.
Keep up, old-timer. I can barely walk straight.
Serene, it's your turn.
Everyone stand still. You're making me crazy. Just need to concentrate. Focus the power. Imagine the destination. All right, here we go.
What the...
So far, so good. Now, Vol.
You're sure?
To quote the barkeep, you look sick.
That's...
This one prefers his feet.
Moons, you're not hurt, are you? All your limbs in place? And Nazdar's looking Pretty good, actually. Now the not good. You and Nazdar didn't quite make it to where I intended, and it will be a while before I can cast something like that again. You'll have to make your own way here. There is a basic rule of spellcraft. Do not attempt while drunk, or while recently drunk. Never been great with rules. I ended up losing control of the spell while attempting to teleport you and Nazdar. Sorry about that. Taznasi wants you and Nazdar to make your way to the base of the South Tower. That's where we're waiting. She also was very insistent. Avoid killing any of the guards. She says it will raise alarms, but I know the truth. It's because Taznazi used to run with them. They were all part of Dashing Dasalso's crew back in the day. She tries to act like she doesn't care about them after they exiled her, but it's a lie. Northwest? East? Ish? You'll have to come through the courtyard, which means avoiding patrols. Don't get caught. Taznasi is going to be pretty upset if you kill anyone.
Okei. Elikkä ei saa tappaa ketään.
Walk softly, Master Hendo taught me. If we get into trouble, be warned. I cannot help. My fists are weapons no longer.
Okei.
Soft as a whisper, quick as a shout. The first finger of the whispering claw teaches.
Okei, siellä liikkuu. Mihin se on menossa?
As the second finger of the whispering claw says, shadows consume curiosity, time, and interest.
Op.
Heed the third finger of the whispering claw. Distance is greater than any weapon.
Se on optional.
You were supposed to avoid the guards. What's done is done. No one has raised the alarm yet.
Sorry about that. When this is all done, I'll buy you a drink.
Moon's mercy, Serene. When we're done here, I will smash every bottle of wine in Elsweyr.
Not if I drink them first.
Nazdar, you're our way into this tower. Ready?
The ascent of the body is nothing compared to that of the soul. Saint Yosito spoke wisely.
Knees shouldn't make that noise, right?
They should make no noise, Vol.
Potato.
Nazdar did well to get us inside, but it looks like this strain was more than he could handle. He needs rest, which means Taznazi needs to change her plans. Vol is the closest thing we have to a healer. He might be able to get Nazdar moving again, but he needs time, which means he won't be able to pick the locks on Kazda's vaults. Taznazi wants you and Serene to get the vault keys. This one has other business in the palace. When she's done with it, she will meet you at the entrance to the vault, on the lower floors. Taznazi has always said she was innocent of the Salzo's death, and she knows in her heart that Kazda was behind it. She must have proof, not to show the stitches, but to quiet her own soul. She needs that more than her share of the gold. Take care getting the keys. The thugs in this palace are Kazda's most loyal, and just as vicious and cruel as he. Expect no mercy, and give none. That was different. Many of the keep's guards were close to the Salzo. They follow Kazda only because they must. The lapdogs in this palace are loyal to Kazda alone. The ones who are closest to Kazda do not show loyalty because they are virtuous, but because he allows them to indulge their worst impulses. I am not telling you to punish them, only that they won't be missed by anyone in the Stitches. Yes, Taznazi has gotten used to being on her own ever since the Salzo died. She knows this place like the back of her paw. She'll be fine. Nazdar has to stay behind. He's in no condition to creep through the palace right now. Hopefully Vol can get him back on his feet in time for an expedient departure. As long as they stay back in this old storeroom, they should be fine.
Goodbye. Niin joo, mehän piti tappaa vaan kaikki. All die. All die. Okei, nää on bookshelfejä. Nice, nice. Ylhäällä on 1. Game. Okei, sitten mennään hakemaan tuo alhaalta. Täältä ei päässyt. Pääsee. Onko se nyt? Se on täällä tasossa ilmeisesti.
There you are. He's got her. He's got her.
Keep it down. What are you talking about?
Kazda, he and his bodyguard, biggest I've ever seen. They cornered Taznazi and took her back there. You have to save her.
So focused on the future that you'll never proceed in night behind.
I choose. That way he will claw your eyes out.
You have one friend left in this world, it seems. Not for much longer. Cut!
That's a big boy. Hey, good. Don't bind me. Mihin sinä menit? Hei, tule tänne.
You'll regret crossing Kasta!
He's getting away! Untie me! After him!
Please, Taznasi, spare me!
Shut up, Kazda! One more word from your lying tongue and Taznazi will claw it out! He did it. Everything Taznazi suspected him of. He killed the Salzo. He had her take the blame. He was proud of it. Now that I have my claws at his throat, he discovers the meaning of mercy. He took this one's home from her, the only one she has known, and he couldn't give it back if he wanted to. She has no proof but his word. Even if he confessed and cleared her name, the stitches she would return to is not the one she left behind. One joy is left to Taznazi, to kill Kazda. Then she leaves this all behind her, for good.
Kill him. Don't do this. Pelastetaan.
The Salzo is dead. Everyone Taznazi has ever known turned their back on her. The stitches are in shambles. Why would this one ever want to return to such a place? You are right. Taznazi has tried to forget, tried to move on. Not a night goes by that she doesn't dream of times past. She knows what must be done. Taznazi will make this one face the justice of the stitches. Wait for her at the tavern in town. Taznazi will only make this offer once. Confess to the stitches for all you have done, and she will not try out your torture devices for herself.
Taznasi, you win!
Get up. All the stitches will hear the truth from your lips before the day is done. My friend. No, more than that. Family. Kazda's deeds have been made known to the stitches. Taznazi's name is cleared. For now, at least, there is something to drink to. Or, in Serin's case, something else to drink to.
What happens now?
Now Taznazi is home, and you enjoy her hospitality. Raise a mug, kick up your feet, and count your coin. There is much to be done to fix the damage Kazda did, but that is for Taznazi to worry about. Your work is done, even if hers is just beginning. Strange as it seems, Taznazi is not only forgiven in the stitches, she is looked up to. It will take time for the stitches to be as it was. Maybe it will never get there, but even if she cannot live up to Dashing the Salzo's legacy, Taznazi will try. So much as anyone can be in charge of the stitches. With Kazda in exile, there's hope of going back to how it was, how Dashing the Salzo saw it. They have not entirely forgotten him, or Taznazi. She'll do her part. We all will. The job is done. Their lives are their own. but Taznazi wants to make life better in the stitches, and she will need help to do so. She could use them, Vol's tinkering, Serene's magic, Nazdar's wisdom, if they will offer it.
Goodbye. Nyt lähdetään etsiin toi. Katsotaan, saadaan vielä tälle samalle videolle tää below. Kuinka kauan below?
Something you need, stranger?
Niin se oli sekä tieltä löysin jonkun tommosen kiekiin, mikäs se on, tynnyri.
Well, wouldn't you know it? The keg does in fact belong to me. That right there is the finest sample of sweet Rotmeth brew ever made. Well, truthfully, it's the only sample of sweet Rotmeth brew ever made. My own invention, if you can believe it. You see, the Khajiit aren't typically fond of Rotmeth. I think the rancid meat smell is what turns them off. That's why I added plenty of moon sugar to my brew. It's sure to be a hit now. The keg must have dropped out of our wagon, which is a little odd, given that my husband should have been sitting right by it. Oh well, no harm done. And here's a reward for your troubles. Not sure what we would do if we lost this beauty. Dearest, come look at this. A stranger found my Rotmeth keg on the side of the road. Can you believe it?
Oh, look at that. Must have fallen right off the wagon. How lucky someone found it.
And it should be nice and fermented by now. You can finally test it.
Of course. Let me just drink this. Oh, so delicious brew.
Mitenkään?
Well, how does it taste? Huh. Looks like I'll need to tweak the recipe a bit.
A little bit.
Seems like I've quite a bit of work ahead of me. Still, Imperial City wasn't built in a day. I just need to tweak the recipe a bit and try again. Of course not. It's obvious now that the poor dear can't handle his Rotmeth. I just wish he'd said something sooner. But hey, if you're looking for a bit of extra gold, I could always use a new taster.
No maistetaan.
That's what I like to hear. Unfortunately, the next batch will take a few weeks to properly ferment. But hey, I'll be sure to let you know it's ready if I see you around.
Goodbye. Joo, okei, lopetetaan tää video tähän. Muuta kuin kiitoksia vaan kaikille katsojille. Moi moi. Kiitoksia kaikille katselijoille, jotka jakso katsoa tämän videon. Muistakaa tilata kanava, niin pysytte tämmöisen vanhemman tubettajan mukana. Ei muuta kuin moi moi.